The Spurs have done it again. Just watching some preseason basketball. Hoops is back. I'm glad Hoops is back, but we got to talk about Wemby because in 2 preseason games now, he looks very comfortable. Looks way better than he did in Summer League. It was clear he was, everybody said and reported that Wemby was staying in San Antonio right after Summer League, and he was probably working out like a madman, going through stuff with Spurs coaches over the summer because he looks stronger. He looks more comfortable out there. Remember how uncomfortable he looked in his first Summer League game, which, it's the first Summer League game. Who cares? No sane person was going to react off of one start from Wembanyama when everybody was so hyped to see him, and he kind of came out flat in the first game. Second game he recovered, but these 2 preseason games, man, I just in awe watching this guy, and I can't believe that the Spurs done it again. Another first overall pick leading to a generational type of big man. And yes, Wembanyama is generational. I really don't care if I'm putting the cart before the horse, so to speak, but anyone who's watched basketball for a long time and anyone who has 2 working eyes can see that Wembanyama, if he stays healthy, he's going to be a superstar, a face of the league, a franchise player who's going to bring a lot of value dollar-wise to, 1, the NBA, and 2, the Spurs. This dude is so ridiculously tall, and it's not like novelty tall. It's like geometry altering on the court type of tall and length, and the fact that he has skills and handles like a guard is nuts to me. The Spurs are starting him at power forward right now, probably throughout the season to preserve wear and tear, but they're running him off of pin downs in the preseason. He could just ease into a 15-footer and shoot over that person. This guy can dunk from outside of the fucking restricted area. Chet Holmgren versus Wembanyama was like a battle of the future, but Wembanyama is just a little bit taller. He had a putback free throw over Chet in that first preseason game. This is just special stuff, man. And the thing is, he just looks more comfortable offensively. And a lot of people, including myself, think that his defense, to start his rookie year is going to be ahead of his offense. But he looked damn comfortable on offense in this preseason so far. It's just, man, I'm just in awe watching this guy because he has geometry court altering level type of length. There was a block yesterday, and this was pointed out by a lot of film buffs on Twitter, but the block he had on Haywood Highsmith late in the third quarter on the baseline was just ridiculous. But the 2 shots Victor Wembanyama denied before that, and he didn't even need to block anything, were incredible. The whole possession, Jamal Cain tried to shoot a 3 in the corner, or was looking at the rim at least, and Wembanyama was in the area, and he didn't attempt the shot. If a normal defender was there, that shot is going up from the corner. But because Wembanyama has long-ass arms and can jump from anywhere because he's 7'4", decided to pass it off. Duncan Robinson, a few seconds later, gets the same shot, same corner. Wembanyama stayed in the area. Duncan Robinson, who has a quick trigger 3, has mastered movement shooting, has stayed in the league because he's mastered movement shooting and, got a nice contract out of it, did not want to take the shot. And then Haywood Highsmith finally gets the ball in the short corner and tries to attempt a jump shot, and where Wembanyama blocks the shot from, just if a normal defender is there, he's out of position. But because Wembanyama is so long, he could still be out of position and still recover in time for the block. And this guy hasn't even mastered angles and when he can leverage his length and all that stuff. It's just scary. This guy is scary. He had a fucking crossover. He had an in and out crossover between the leg dribble for a pull-up step-back mid-ranger. And it's like, what am I watching? And I can already see it now. People are going to start being hipster about it and start saying Wembanyama is overrated and they're sick of the Wembanyama, praise and all that stuff. I'm sorry, man. We're going to keep talking about it because this dude is unlike anything we've seen before. So, if you don't like the constant praise or the constant quote-unquote slobbering over Wembanyama, well, cry more about it, honestly. with the way he's looking in the preseason right now, if he starts off the season like this, they could be, once the 24-hour media cycle starts determining too early all-stars, I just know the Ringer is going to start cooking up the too early all-star selection candidates type of piece that's going to drop on their website. And Wembanyama might be in that mix if he starts off the season like he did in the preseason. And the best part about this is, one, Wembanyama went to a very good situation, the best spot he could go to with the Spurs. But two, the Spurs had been low-key collecting some young talent, drafting nice young players, while also, letting DeMar DeRozan go, trading DeJounte Murray, trading Derek White. I'm very excited for Devin Vassell this year. This is going to be his 4th year. He only played 38 games last year, but his pull-up shooting, his defense, his just shooting touch in general, I can already see him and Wembanyama. You could see it in the preseason some too, just that there's going to be a nice two-man game that's going to form there over the years, and I can't wait to see how that develops. Keldon Johnson needs to work on his defense a lot, but he can still score. He's a bully ball down there, has a really nice contract. Jeremy Sohan is kind of like this moldable clay. I don't know what type of player he's going to be. I just know he's going to be awesome. Trey Jones, I can already see him just throwing up a lot of lobs to Wembanyama. I mean, that alley-oop at the three-point line that he caught was, that was ridiculous, man. And they just have a lot of nice young players. It makes, if Wembanyama starts at the 4, like they tried Charles Bassey at the starting spot yesterday, and Charles Bassey looked kind of all right, but obviously that's because he was playing with better talent around him. I don't think he's an actual starting NBA center. I think he's a good rotation big, or could be, but you could do stuff like that. That is the other thing too. The versatility, like Wembanyama can be used anywhere on the court and it'll make sense. I mean, this is just, Pop is the oldest coach in the NBA, and they said on the broadcast yesterday this is the youngest team he's ever coached, and that's kind of a really interesting and funny dichotomy if you think about it, because Pop's going to really have to be patient. The Spurs are just the Spurs, man, and I can't wait to see how it's all going to turn out. I mean, you still got, vets that can play, like Doug McDermott. Devontae Graham can still shoot a little bit. Khem Birch is a nice backup big. They brought in Chetty Osman to provide some shooting and some, attack a closeout type of thing. Zach Collins, who is presumably going to start at center for a lot of the regular season, had a career year last year after just dealing with a fuck ton of injuries the last 3 seasons. Finally got healthy and had a career year out of it. And going back to the young players, I mean, I like incoming rookie Sidi Sissoko. I know that's probably irrational, but I just really like his size and the way he moves his feet on defense. I like that in Summer League, and I'm kind of hoping he develops some so we can get some playing time. Malachi Branham, obviously. Now everything just seems like it could naturally fall in place because we all know who the star franchise player is, and then the other young players will naturally fall in line behind. Vassell is somebody that I could just see. He signed a nice contract extension over the offseason, and people who don't watch the Spurs often are probably like, wait, what the heck? But Devin Vassell is a nice young player. He was a draft nerd favorite too. Really popped last season before, a knee injury sidelined him, and every big man needs a guard to complement them. And the Spurs got Devin Vassell locked up early on a nice contract, and having a guard that can play off of a big like Wembanyama, that's going to be huge for Wembanyama's development, and in turn it's going to trickle down and help develop the younger players on the Spurs too. The Spurs just make a lot of sense now, just fit-wise, roster-wise. I don't know if they're going to make the play-in, but I do know they're going to be my top league pass team this year, or one of them.